My name is Mary King, and I'm the director of the MS Accounting Flex program. In this video, I wanted to share some general information about the program prerequisite as well as the waivers and transfer credits. So, number one, the program prerequisite. Every master's degree requires a 1 hour professional development course, which, if required, you would need to take in your first semester. Some of you may qualify for a waiver based on the items listed on the slide. So you would just need to fill out a waiver form, which you'll see in a couple slides, and also you can find on the JSOM Advising Forms website. If you fulfill the requirements to waive this class, then you wouldn't need to worry about this anymore. If you cannot waive out of this class, then you would take it and it would be 37 hours that you would graduate with. The other option for accounting students is unique to our program. So you can also take Accounting 6388 Accounting Communications in the place of the professional development class. The benefit of this class is that it actually counts in the degree plan, so it would be 3 hours, 2 words, or 36 hours. You get hands-on internship experience because it's structured in a way where you're actually working with an actual business or nonprofit that semester, and it satisfies the CPA 2 hour business communication requirement. Now, note that if you, for some reason, do not take this class and you still need that requirement, you can also satisfy that through Accounting 6330 for audit or Accounting 6353 Tax 2. Now, some of you may have taken business communication before, especially if your undergrad major was business. If it was in some of the surrounding Texas schools and if it's on the Texas State Board's pre-approved list for business communication, then you've already met that requirement. Don't worry about taking this class solely for that purpose. If your professional development class is also waived, then you're fine. Don't worry about taking this class. Now, in general, though, we would highly recommend this class because of that internship experience it provides. And also, if your background was not accounting and especially not business, we would highly recommend this class as it gives you that internship experience. For any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. Let's talk about waivers. So there's two main types of waivers. There's the core course waiver, and then there's the prerequisite waivers. So the difference is that the core course waivers refer to intermediate 1, 2, and cost. If your background was accounting, then this would apply to you. Especially if it was in the US according to US GAAP. So if you've taken intermediate 1, 2, or cost, you could submit a waiver through this link. And if it's approved, what you would do is you would take 3 additional classes in its place. So the prefix would have to match. If you waived out of an accounting class, then you would take another upper level accounting class in its place. Prerequisite waivers are 4 classes that you took in your prior education that is a prerequisite to a class you want to take here. For example, you've taken Tax 1 before, now you want to take Tax 2. So what you would do is you would submit a waiver, a prerequisite waiver for Tax 1 so that you can enroll in Tax 2. The most common ones we see are audit before you take advanced audit, intermediate 2 before you take advanced financial reporting, or principles of accounting or financial accounting before Tax 1, in addition to Tax 1 before Tax 2. So this would affect your registration, so we would recommend that you do both of these steps as soon as possible. Keep in mind that there are some classes like Intermediate 1 and 2 that function as a core course and a prerequisite course. So in this situation, if you can be waived out of Intermediate 2 as a core course, but you also need that class to take advanced financial reporting, then you could also submit a prerequisite waiver for intermediate 2 at the same time if you're in a time bind to register at the same time as when you're submitting the waiver as a core waiver. If you're doing this early before registration even starts, then you could just submit the core waiver for intermediate 2, and after some time, once it's approved, then automatically in the system, it will recognize that you've completed intermediate 2 so that you can take any other class that needs that as a prerequisite going forward. Now, the links to both of these waivers are on the same link. The difference is that you would select a different box. So box 1 for the core course waiver, box 2 for the prerequisite waiver. And you'll need to have syllabi from the prior classes you've taken. If it's not the exact same class in the same semester that you've taken that class, don't worry about it. Just you can contact your university for a recent copy of that syllabus taught by a, any professor for that class. We talked about number 3, the PD waiver form, and then also credit transfer requests. This is if you've taken a graduate level course that's also required as part of the degree here. The benefit of this is that you could actually reduce your total hours, and you could do that for up to 9 credit hours. Hope that was helpful. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any other questions. Thanks so much.